The engine is already running. You've been sitting in this cockpit for 11 minutes, and the man in the passenger seat hasn't said a single word. Not one word, and that's the part that scares you. You've flown for them 14 times. You know what nervous looks like on these men. This isn't nervous. This is something else. Your hands are on the controls, and your palms are so dry they feel like paper, which is wrong, because you should be sweating right now. The strip is 900 meters. You've taken off on worse. But the cargo this time, nobody told you what the cargo was. You didn't grow up wanting this. You got your license at 22 on a $40,000 loan your father signed without reading the fine print. You flew tourist charters over the coast for 3 years. Sunset runs, anniversary couples, a corporate guy who always tipped in crisp 50s. Then the season dried up. Then the loan came due. Then a man named Hector sat across from you in a diner booth and slid a folded napkin across the table with a number written on it. You didn't ask questions? That was 18 months ago. The number on that napkin was enough to clear your debt and still have 3 months of breathing room. You told yourself, one run. You always tell yourself, one run. The thing nobody tells you about crossing a line the first time is that the line disappears after you stop seeing it. You stop looking for it. And somewhere between run 4 and run 7, you stop sleeping more than 4 hours at a stretch, not from guilt, but because your body forgot how to settle. That's what this life costs you. Not your conscience. Your stillness. Tonight. Hector called you at 2 a.m., he said. Strip 7, 2 hours. You said. Who's the second seat? He said. Don't worry about him. The man beside you is maybe 35. Clean shoes. No jewelry. A small canvas bag on his lap that he has not released once. His breathing is so controlled it sounds practiced. You key the radio. Static. You try the secondary frequency. Static. You look at him and say, we've got no com zone, either channel. He turns to look at you. His eyes are not afraid. They are measuring. That's intentional, he says, and that's when you understand that this run is different from all the others. Not loather. Not more dangerous in the way you've come to recognize danger. Different in a way you don't have language for yet. You begin your roll. The strip lights blur into a single white line. At rotation speed you pull back and the jungle drops away beneath you, and for exactly 4 seconds, as it always is, on every flight, no matter what, you feel nothing except free. Then, the 4 seconds end. At 3,000 feet, he opens the canvas bag. You don't look. You watch the altimeter. You hear paper. Then he says, quietly, you've been doing this since March of last year. Your throat closes. 14 flights. Strips 2, 4, 7, 9, 12. Tail number changed 3 times, but the approach pattern never did. You'd say nothing. Your mouth tastes like copper. I want you to understand, he says, that I'm not here for the cargo. He closes the bag. I'm here because of you. 14 flights. Every strip. Every tail number. He has been watching longer than you have been running, and you realize, in the way that cold moves through you before pain does, that everything you thought this flight was about was wrong. You have 3 options. You know this, the way you know air speeds. Not from thinking, but from the body. You put it down somewhere unexpected and run. You keep flying and see what he wants. Or you do the thing that pilots almost never do, and you make the aircraft itself the decision. He seems to know you're cycling through them. The people who sent me, he says, want a name, one name. The man who arranged the routes. You know him as Hector. We know him as something else entirely. He pauses. Give us that name confirmed and everything you've carried disappears. Every manifest. Every tail number. Every strip. You stare at the horizon line. Black against black. The altimeter reads 4,200 feet. You think about the napkin in the diner booth. You think about your father's signature on that loan document. The way he didn't read it. The way he trusted you. The way he still calls every Sunday morning at 9. And if I don't, you say he doesn't answer immediately. He lets the engine noise fill the silence. Then this landing, wherever it is the last one you make. You fly for another 6 minutes without speaking. 6 minutes is a long time in a cockpit when both people are waiting. The jungle below you has no lights, no roads, no evidence that anything lives down there at all. Your right hand moves off the throttle. Slowly. Not toward him, toward the radio panel. You flip a toggle. The static changes pitch, just slightly. He notices. Don't, he says. I already did, you say, because 3 minutes ago, on the secondary frequency, before the static fully dropped, you heard 2 words in Hector's voice that you were never supposed to hear. Not instructions, not coordinates, his real name. And now you understand why this man is in your cockpit. And you understand why Hector put him here. And you understand that neither of them expected you to be paying that kind of attention. You begin your descent, not toward the planned strip. Toward a logging road you spotted on Run 9, 2 kilometers north of the river bend. Wide enough, flat enough, rough enough that you'll blow both tires but walk away from it. He grabs the yoke. You fight him with your left hand and hold the descent with your right. The altimeter unwinds. 2100, 1600. The trees come up fast and black. You feel the first branch rake the belly of the plane like a fingernail across skin. Then the road. Then impact. Then stillness. You don't remember opening the door. You remember the smell, wet soil, diesel. Something burning behind you. You remember running without deciding to run. Your legs just went. The canvas bag is still in the plane. The man is still in the plane. You run until the tree line swallows you, and the sound of the engine ticking as it cools is the only thing left of the life you just ended. 3 weeks later, you are sitting in a federal office in a building with no name on the door. The agent across from you is young. She has a notepad and a pen, and she hasn't written anything down yet. She says, "Why did you decide to cooperate?" You look at her for a long moment. You think about the right answer. Then you think about your father calling on Sunday. You think about how you picked up the phone last week, for the first time in 4 months. You'll think about how he said nothing for a second, and then said, "I knew you'd call. I didn't decide." You'd tell her, "I just stopped pretending I hadn't already." They gave Hector's real name to 6 different agencies. They never told you what happened to him. You didn't ask. You sleep 5 hours now, sometimes 6. Not because the fear is gone, but because the waiting is. The loan your father co-signed was for a Cessna 172. It's still registered in your name. You haven't flown it since, not because you can't. Because every time you sit in a cockpit now, you feel those 4 seconds of freedom at rotation, and you know exactly what they cost you, and you know you'd pay them again. And that's the part you're still not sure what to do with. Some debts don't clear. They just change hands.